Hello. If you're able to, please close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Relax your shoulders. Unclench your jaw. Take another deep breath in and another breath out. You can open your eyes now. My name is David, and I'm here today with my wonderful mum. I've written my very first book, and nothing in this book would exist if it weren't for my mum. Not just in a literal sense, but my love for writing, literature, reading came from my mum and our conversations and her love for the very same things. So today, I thought I'd bring you here to Penguin Studios to ask my mum a few questions about how things came to be the way they are. And mum doesn't know these questions because I wanted your response to be natural. Okay, so question number one. Did you know that I love you very much?
Yes. You tell me every day.
Yes, I do. Good.
And
Excellent.
send me lots of hearts.
Yes, I do. I
Yes.
do. The real question number one actually
Yes.
is, why is it so important that we read when we were children?
Well, I'll tell you the selfish reason first. I love reading. And knowing I had four of you so close together, 4 under 6, I kind of felt if I didn't get you into reading, then I wouldn't be able to read because, as you know, you were very boisterous and very mischievous. So that was one incentive to get you reading. So when you were reading, I could read. And then also, I'd asked my uncle, Uncle George, the surgeon, how to bring you up in this country. I was new to the country. I was an immigrant mum. We didn't have family around, 4 children, cold weather. And he said, just get them reading, and that's half the job done. So that's why we used to go to the library so often. So that's one of the main reasons. Secondly, when I was in school, people thought I was super intelligent. I don't think so. It's just because I used to read a lot. So I picked up lots of facts and lots of very weird and interesting stuff just because I was reading. It's not that I was studious or anything. So I felt like if you had that as a basis, that would then help you in your other subjects and you wouldn't have to do as much studying because you could link different subjects together. You have come across lots of things in different sorts of books. So yes, it was a good habit to keep you quiet and occupied.
It's interesting that you say as well about the whole people think you're intelligent because you read a lot, but it's just that
Yes.
you come across a lot of things
Yes.
when you read.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
even that, a lot of the things that I say, a lot of the words I use when I was in sixth form, Mafuzal, Micah, Cheyenne. I mean, Cheyenne used to say to me, some of the words you come out with sometimes, and it would literally, the case would just be, I've read it somewhere,
Exactly.
and you're trying it out. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. It comes it's a very natural way to acquire intelligence or grow in intelligence, really, and very easy. You can borrow books from the library, you can buy books in the charity shop. I mean, we live in England, they have everything.
My next question for you is,
Yes.
what was your reaction when I told you I had a book deal with Penguin?
Oh gosh. I got goosebumps first of all, because like I was telling you and Adam, one of my um, scribblings on my wish list was to be an intern at a magazine publisher or in a bookshop or a book what do you call it, a publisher like this. So what he told me was quite emotional for me because it felt like something that hadn't happened to me had happened to you as my son. And it was just very humbling for me to be in this space, for me to have a son who's written. It was just amazing, honestly. And I still haven't processed it properly, if that makes sense. Because yeah, who are we? That's how I felt. But I'm also not surprised because you always had that drive in you. You had the drive. I knew you were going to do something amazing. I just didn't know what it was, that it was going to be writing a book. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
what's really nice is that it's interesting to hear you talk and obviously be at an age where I understand that your parents were people before they had you as children. Because
Yes.
when you grow up, your parents are just your mum or your dad.
Yeah.
And then later you realize, how I feel now in my life, my mum felt like that before she had me. And I think one of the reasons it was really, really important that we did this and I wanted you to be part of the promotion of the book and talking about the book and stuff is that if you hadn't felt those things and had those dreams for yourself and done the things that you've done for us, this wouldn't be, it literally wouldn't be happening. Like when we achieve anything like this, and even you saying, I knew you were going to do something amazing.
Yes.
The only way you could have known that is because of everything that you've done and what you poured into us. So anytime I achieve something like this, I feel like not because you make me feel it, because it's true. I have to share these things with you because it's you achieving these things through me as well as me doing it for myself.
Yes, but as a parent, you do things for your children, and it's like a seed. You don't even know at that time it's a seed. You're just doing it because it's your child. You love them, you want the best for them, and you have no idea what is going to come out of it. So the reading, as I tell you, the reading, I had no idea would bear so much fruit. And also, you remember doing the French lessons, it was just a fun thing, and look what it's done for our family. So that's a profound thing about just doing things out of belief or faith. It's not that you set off and say, oh, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to achieve this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do. But you just do what you think is right and use the opportunities around you. And then they bear fruit and you never know where it's going to end up. So that's humbling for me because, as you know, I told you, it was never really maternal. And then you have children, and there's just this switch inside you that you didn't know existed. You want the best for them. You do anything for your children, really. As a parent, you will do anything for your children and sacrifice whatever you need to because it will make that child happy and a better individual for society. Yeah.
My next question is
Uh-huh.
you have been reading my writing for my entire life.
Yes.
What would you say my biggest strength as a writer is?
Your biggest strength, I would say, is that you're able to capture so much in a few words. And I was telling you during the week that that's not easy to do. We had a conversation where you talk about someone talking for a length of time, and why can't you condense things? And I told you that's actually a gift. Not everyone, some people have something to say and they go on and on and on. And you get to the end of the chapter and it's like, this is the one thing they were trying to say. But you manage to capture very deep things in very short thoughts. And you remember I told you your teachers were always frustrated because they'll say, oh, Mrs. Larby, David is capable of writing so much. And look, this is all he's written. And the funny thing is, you would come home and instead of rewriting, you just add on to it. And I'd look at you and think, how does he do this every single time? You just have this gift of being able to condense lots of things into very short sentences or in your poetry. And it's so profound, it's deep.
Thank you. That
That's
means
a
a lot.
gift, yeah.
It's also interesting that you say that because, especially because creativity is so subjective. To somebody,
Yeah.
you could write so much more while you're writing so much more, but to
Yes.
somebody else, this is exactly how long it needs to be.
Yes.
And I think one of the things I've been really grateful for creatively in the last couple of years is that I've been given the community and kind of the platform to do things in the way that I think is best. And people have really allowed me to do that. And I think
Yeah.
I now see that it might not seem like it got to me at the time, but it did when I was younger. Now, being able to see it as a strength is something that's really nice.
Yes, and even with me as your mum, I couldn't understand why you wouldn't say, Copy, why don't you write a bit more? The teachers say you can add what you used to get quite irritated about it. And it took a while because I was thinking about it, thinking, why does Copy not like writing a bit more? And then it dawned on me that it's because you're able to do so much with so little. And also that you had the performing thing. You remember you used to perform, and that is what it was, that you wanted to be able to share your writing, but not in a way that would be like a book or um, a long story or something. And that also works. It's a fact that the teachers wanted you to write longer because maybe the syllabus required that, but that was taken away from what your original gift was. Yeah. So I'm glad I realized it and then I stopped bugging you about it. Yeah.
My next question is, what do you think people will get out of this book? So I know what I want people to get out of this book, but what do you think they'll get out of it?
I think for people who probably do not like reading, they can just take just one entry and just read it and think about it, and see what it brings up for them. And it's a book that you can dip into. You don't need to read everything. And that is also important because I grew up in Ghana. We kind of grew up with once you start a book, you have to finish it. It took coming to England to realize you don't always have to finish a book.
I mean, I do hope they finish. I hope they finish
Yes,
it.
yeah.
To be very clear, I hope
They
you finish this
will.
book.
They will because it's good. But you see, sometimes you just read. You just need to read a few things, and it sets you up for what you want to do, or it answers a question you've been asking yourself, or yeah, it just opens you up to the fact that reading isn't such a bad thing after all. So I think your book will work on different levels for the person who likes reading, the person who doesn't like reading, the person who wants to experiment with something new, and the fact that it has somewhere you can record your thoughts. You know how I love to journal? Yeah, that is powerful because even the libraries promote books that help with mental health. Yeah, and it could do that for this. It works on many levels. Yeah.
And my final question.
Yes.
You are a teacher, a
Yes.
creative person, and
Yeah.
a great encourager of young people, as I've experienced firsthand.
Yes.
What words of advice and encouragement do you have for young creative people?
I would say first of all that respect your gift. Don't compare to someone else and think. I'll give you an example. When I was in Ghana, I used to read a lot of Jeffrey Archer's books, and when I found out I could write, I could do a bit of writing. I kind of thought, when am I ever going to be able to write like Jeffrey Archer? And it paralyzed me for years. Like, I can't write as well as Jeffrey Archer. Why bother? But then what I didn't know because I was younger was that he started from somewhere. So, you know how you have letters to your younger self and the like, and people say, I wish I had known this. As a young person, just go for it. Just create what it is. Respect your gift, love what you do, and just keep practicing it because you never know which direction is going to take you in. And just like with anything, you start walking and you don't start walking and immediately start running. You keep developing it, but practice it on a daily basis as much as possible. Look back over a year and you'll be surprised how far you've come, how much writing you've done, how much creation you've achieved. If it's sketches, you'll be surprised at the improvements in your sketches. So just have faith in yourself. Don't wait for someone else to tell you you're good because everyone is creative, everyone is gifted. And just start. Have faith in what you do and believe in yourself. Be your own champion before anyone else.
I feel very lucky. I feel very, very lucky to have you as my mum.
Thank you, Kobe. Me too. I tell you all the time.
You do.
Yes, you and your siblings. Yeah.
My book, Frequently Happy, is out on the 2nd of January 2025. Thank you very much for spending your time with me and my mum. Thank you, mum, for being here.
Thank you, Kobe.
Whatever you're doing this week, I hope you have a wonderful one. We're going to end it here so I can go and hug my mum. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Kobe. Oh, very good.
Cut.